What's up guys, just wanted to quickly run over one of the weapons that is now dropping from this current season, one of the new weapons to the game, and that is the Lionfish 4FR Fusion Rifle, which is the newest rapid fire frame added to the game. Now I recently just got this gold roll to drop for me, and I've definitely been playing out with it, and this is definitely a weapon that you need to look out for coming into the future of this game. Previously to this season, and previous to the Lionfish being able to drop in the loot pool, the Scatter Signal was, the go-to fusion rifle in that kinetic weapon slot, as the go-to fusion rifle for both DPS and also ad clear if you enjoy using fusion rifles. However, with the likes of Lionfish out now, this could definitely trump over the Scatter Signal and pretty much fully replace the Scatter Signal as the best in slot fusion rifle in that category. Now straight away, the one that I got to drop with Reconstruction and also Controlled Burst, already being a way better perk combination than the go-to Overflow and Controlled Burst on the Scatter Signal. Straight away, Reconstruction also got a slight buff with this season. This buff increases the ammo transferred per action of Reconstruction from 10% all the way up to 25%, bringing Reconstruction up there as one of the best perks in the game once again. Now with the right perks on this weapon and also by running backup mag, this weapon can overflow the magazine into 16 bullets in one magazine, which is a tremendous amount of shots for one magazine. Now with Reconstruction being slightly buffed this season, it indirectly does actually nerf overflow, being that it's just not as good anymore. And also with the likes of, ammo generation in this sort of season, it can be kind of hard to actually spawn ammo and proc that overflow perk. Now obviously the go-to DPS setup for this gun and the gold roll that I have that you should be aiming for pure boss DPS is Reconstruction and Controlled Burst. Controlled Burst is going to give this weapon a 20% flat bonus damage after you hit one full magazine on said enemy, and it will also decrease the charge time by 10% for 2 seconds. Now already for me personally, this is lighting up bells. It is way better than the Scatter Signal. The Scatter Signal is the exact same frame. It's rapid fire frame, the exact same as the Lionfish. However, it can't roll with Reconstruction. So Lionfish for me definitely takes over the crown as the go-to fusion rifle for boss DPS. However, it doesn't just stop there. This weapon gets even better than the Scatter Signal. One of the new origin traits in this game is Problem Solver, and obviously this rolls on the Lionfish this season, and it reads, dealing sustained damage to champions, mini-bosses, or boss combatants, exhausts them, and grants this weapon handling and also reload speed. Now, if you haven't realized, exhaust will reduce the target's outgoing damage. So for the Lionfish, all it takes is 2 bursts on said enemy to proc exhaust on them, and this will reduce the enemy's outgoing damage by 10%. And now if you're in a raid encounter or a dungeon, 10% damage reduction on a boss is quite substantial, and it will definitely save your life. Not to mention, once you've procced Problem Solver, the origin trait, it's also going to give this weapon a bonus handling and also reload speed, which it's just like a 3-in-1 combo here for your fusion rifle. It's going to reduce the enemy's damage, it's going to grant you increased reload speed, which I know we won't really take advantage of because we're running Reconstruction, but it's still pretty good, and then it's also going to improve your handling. If you're ever in a boss DPS situation where someone needs to put on a tractor cannon, and you have the Lionfish with a gold roll of Reconstruction and Controlled Burst, this is definitely by far the best weapon to be using if you're on tractor cannon duty. There's been plenty of times in Destiny 2's history where tractor cannon and fusion rifles are needed. Just a couple examples, when we were in Crota's End on contest, there was always someone there that needed to be running tractor cannon and a fusion rifle. In the newest Desert Perpetual raid, people were running tractor cannons and fusion rifles. You've got Ekthar in the dungeon. There's plenty of bosses here where tractor cannon and fusion rifles are extremely valid, so definitely be on the lookout for a Lionfish. Just a very quick, simple DPS rotation here with only a tractor cannon debuff. This weapon is doing 694 DPS with a total damage of 12,499 with one full Reconstruction magazine being 16 shots, all dumped into a tractor cannon debuffed. This isn't even taking into consideration popping Transcendence for extra damage, being Radiant, all these other factors winding in. Straight away with one magazine doing nearly 13,000 damage is very, very solid. Not to mention, this weapon can also drop in multiple tiers, so if you end up getting like a tier 3 version of this gun, there is also other perks to be looking out for on this weapon. In the second column, we have great perks like Chill Clip and Reservoir Burst alongside Controlled Burst, so any of these 3 perks on this gun are very good. If you're running like if you're using it for ad clear or, a boss GM, if you can run with Chill Clip in that second column, very, very useful. In the first column, Reconstruction is just probably by far the best perk in the first column. As for a second perk, it can run with Lead from Gold or Subsistence. Lead from Gold Chill Clip is just another great roll. This has given me flashbacks to the Riptide, if you ever remember that fusion rifle. That was by far one of the best guns in the game when that came out. That was peak Destiny 2 right there. Lead from Gold Chill Clip on the Riptide. This weapon can pretty much map that and basically be another Riptide if you want. So there's plenty of good perks here on the Lionfish. Definitely keep an eye out for this one, especially if you can get that tier 3 or tier 4 drop with multiple perks. But anyway, guys, that will pretty much wrap the video up there. I just wanted to quickly put a mention out for the Lionfish being one of the best guns in the game, dropping this season. So keep an eye out if it does drop. But again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.